start a really sad online dating profile, but I actually don't do online dating or offline dating. But, that second one isn't really my choice. Yeah, it's a weird one, online dating. If it works for you, that's grand. But I just think it's strange how society has evolved, and especially with the way social media has developed, we very much live our lives online now. And like that, that's grand. Like, I understand it has its place in society. It enables you to maintain contact with someone that, if you saw them in real life, you'd cross the street to avoid. I get that, that's important, but I think there are a lot of negative connotations to Facebook. And the main example, of course, would be cyberbullying. And what I hate most about cyberbullying is just how fucking lazy it is. I mean, when I was growing up, if someone wanted to bully me, they'd come and find me and like punch me in the face and make ill-informed assumptions about my sexuality. Why does it matter if I'm gay? What is that? It doesn't mean you can bully me. Why do you hate gay people? Do you get annoyed every time you see a rainbow? Do you think it's like a bad symbol for gay people? What's your problem? But yeah, as horrible as all those bullying experiences were, there's a certain tenacity that's admirable to that. He was so dedicated to bullying me that he came and found me and kicked the shit out of me and whatever else. But nowadays, if young ones want to bully each other, they just post on their Facebook message, kill yourself. And I just think, you lazy little shit. Another thing that I actually don't like about Facebook is it really took the romance out of stalking. It did. It's now we're all just sort of sit like on our ex's profiles, scrolling through the pictures and who's that? Why are you smiling? Are you happy? Whereas once upon a time, if you wanted to stalk someone, you had to leave your house, you had to go over to where they live, sort of climb over the back wall, maybe peer into the window when they're getting dressed. I try bash one out on the slide. It's fucking November, it's so cold you can't even get an erection, man. Then all of a sudden the neighbour's dog comes over and starts whelping and you panic, so you kick the fucking dog to death. And now you got dead dog in your shoes. That's the least of your worries, because now she's coming to the window to see what that noise was. And you panic, and what do? You just pretend that you're the dog, you just go, and you know what? She actually believed me. What a stupid bitch. I cannot believe we're related. That's just how I feel about social media. I just feel like if you want to bully someone, go out and bully them. If you want to stalk someone, go out and stalk them. I just think this generation, just the young people, have no work ethic, man. And I talked earlier about online dating, but it's sort of gone further than that. Now social media it facilitates casual sexual encounters, which is a good thing. I think casual sex it's an important necessity to be happy in life and to be a well-adjusted, well-rounded person. Interesting side note: I'm actually not having a lot of casual sex anymore. And it's sort of what's bad about that is it's coinciding with watching too much internet porn, which is a bad combination because you got lack of sex and too much internet porn, and it's sort of like it's a form of torture. You're like exposing yourself to the thing that's greatly lacking in your own life. Like, you never hear of Ethiopians watching Man versus Food. That's because their lives are like an episode of Man versus Lack of Food. Spoiler alert: lack of food always wins. I'm not speaking from personal experience, obviously. The years have not been kind. Time's rolling on. Yeah, so 26, and no one would consider 26 to be old, and I'm not saying that, but I have started to notice slight physical changes happening to my body, and I'll give you an example. So the other morning, right, I woke up, and I found a grey pubic hair, and even more disturbing was that I found it in my mouth. Yeah, so my grandfather owes me an explanation. Relax, it's a joke. He's dead. No, he's not really dead. I just kind of wish he was dead. Well, I don't know. I don't wish death upon him, but I just kind of feel that when he does die, I'm not really going to give a shit. And, hear me out on this. I don't think you're under any obligation to love your grandparents. They're your parents' parents. Why do you have to, think about it like this. They're the people who fucked up the people who fucked you up. So if they're monsters, Brandon's going to die and I don't give a shit, so that's, good luck. Alright, okay, yeah. I realised that was a bad thing to say. I'm not sorry. sorry. But you have to know this about me, and I think if you hear this, you'll understand and see it from my perspective. I'm actually like a really bad person. I think cunt would probably be an appropriate term, yeah. And it's strange to kind of come to that realization and just sort of look at yourself and realize, I'm actually not a good person. But then you backtrack and what went wrong? Because I assessed my childhood and it was fine for the most part, you know. I was actually well behaved at school and I did what I was told. I was even an altar boy for a number of years. You see, I went to a Catholic school and the priest came to the school and asked for students to volunteer to be altar servers. So I went home and said, Mom, Dad, the priest came to school looking for volunteer altar servers. I think I'm going to do it, you know. And my parents were like, yeah, that's fine, go on ahead, go for it. Now, keeping in mind, this is the late 90s, at which point it had been well documented that there was sexual abuse going on in the Catholic Church, i.e. priests molesting altar boys. So when I went home and said, Mom, Dad, I want to be an altar boy, what I was really saying without realising it was, Mom, Dad, I want to go and spend extended periods of time completely unsupervised in the company of a potential pedophile. What do you say? To which their response was, yeah. Now, initially you put that down to bad parenting, but I don't think that's what it is. See, I think they took one look at me and just thought, the priest would never go for that. Look at the state of him. Have you seen some of the sexy 9-year-olds walking around the playground? Why would the priest go for him when they could have a piece of that action? So, yeah, I guess my parents just didn't consider me to be rapeable. And you know, that's always had a detrimental effect on my self-esteem, because if your parents don't think you're worth molesting, then who will? Alright, that's it for me. Thanks very much. Good night.
Your fault is another very comments are really interesting messages inside the message. Right, okay. We got 2 more acts coming up. Are you ready for your next act, ladies and gentlemen? Boys and go! Popping in from one show, he's come especially here to do for sharing. Please, you're the Reebok t-shirt. You can make some noise. I'll start you make some way around backwards. So you start, and then people this way over. You made me sick. You ready? 1, 2, 3. My house, my rules. So thank you for that. It was worth it. No, seriously, everybody there make some noise and bring up the next out of the stage. 1, 2, 3, make some noise! Put a march on the big old stage! Come on, boys, come on,